Hello, this is Aaron Mean of SG Gaming Info, and welcome to my video review of Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness for PlayStation 4. Before playing Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness, my only previous experience with the series was with Star Ocean, The Last Hope, which means I don't have a lot of time invested in this series. But with that said, I was somewhat interested in Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness, as the pre-release material had me intrigued. However, when I started playing Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness and finished the game 19 hours later, I was left feeling a bit disappointed. Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness was for the most part a bland experience. To make matters worse, the game had some glaring issues, which included an unnatural running animation and a camera that liked to shake. And when you put them together, it created a feeling of motion sickness. However, let's get back to some of the issues later. Now, Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness takes place on a planet called Faithlessness 4, an underdeveloped world that uses signatory, a magic-like ability. The planet is divided among 3 nations, but it's not fully peaceful, as there is a war between 2 of its nations, with one having recently gained a powerful advantage. Enter Fidel and Miki, 2 residents from a small cliffside town. Fidel is weapons trainer, while Miki is a longtime friend of Fidel and signatory user. In an effort to help prevent raiders from attacking their town, they venture to the nation's capital, Central Resila. However, on the way back from the capital, a chance encounter with a young girl completely changes their view of not just their planet, but of the universe. The young girl Fidel and Miki meet is called Relia. She has no memories, and she is being chased by unknown men. The chance encounter with Relia changes everything, as Fidel and Miki also befriend Victor, a high-ranking soldier for Resla, and Fiore, a researcher from the Royal Institute of Signatory Studies. The 5 would also meet Emerson and Anne, 2 travelers who turn out to be members of the Federation, a pan-galactic organization that seeks to spread peace across the galaxy. The Federation has appeared on Faithlessness 4 because of Relia and a group known as the Kronos government. As the game progresses, you learn more about the Federation and Kronos, what divides them and how close they are to conflict. And you also learn more about Relia, who is a lot more than just a scared little girl. For the most part, the story does its job. It creates a narrative tale with a beginning, middle and end, but unfortunately, the story isn't told very well. The story starts off well, but as you get further in, the game bombards you with information such as who are the Federation, who are Kronos, who is Relia, etc. The bombardment of information isn't helped, as its delivery makes it feel like the developers had to rush the ending, as major plot twists and enemy reveals happen late in the game. The characters in the game are thankfully better than the story. While each character isn't well fleshed out or is fleshed out via information dumps, the characters do have personality. For example, we see Miki is a kind, caring woman who has a love for food and has feelings for Fidel, who in turn treats her like a sister. Unfortunately, the characters that are well fleshed out are all on the good side, as those who are evil, including the main protagonist, aren't given a lot of time to develop. For example, we only know the game's main protagonist hates the Federation because he shouts about how they are fascists. Okay, let's talk about the combat. Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness' combat is an action-based combat featuring 6 party members. Combat is activated by simply walking up to an enemy and attacking. Attacking an enemy changes the UI and controls to its combat setting, and when combat is completed, you revert back to your normal exploration setting. However, while switching between exploring and fighting is handled well, combat can be best described as viewing a fireworks display while wrestling a camera. Yes, the 6-party setup that, while sounding good in theory, leads to a blinding array of skills constantly popping up, which makes trying to see your enemies a nightmare, and to make matters even worse, the camera has a tendency to wander, which once again makes trying to see enemies difficult. There is, however, a bright side, and that is the combat setup and changing characters mid-battle. As you explore and fight, you gain skill points known as SP and skill books. SP allows you to level up and unlock new roles. Roles are used to create specific actions for your AI controlled teammates. For example, Hothead provides plus 10% attack and intelligence, and Sharpshooter provides plus 7% critical hit rate, plus 6 fewer actions, and perform more attacks from long range and move more often. Skill books, on the other hand, unlock new battle skills for you or your teammate to use. Personally, I found skill books to be incredibly effective, especially ones that allowed me to give Miki new healing or resurrection spells. By the end of the game, my team became unbeatable as Miki was equipped with skills that could revive fallen allies with 100% HP and perform massive AoE heals. Besides combat, what else can you do in Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness? One major out of combat experience is unlocking specialties. Specialties are special roles that allow you to gather materials, create new items, etc. Unfortunately, the game does a poor job of explaining how you unlock new specialties, and so I spent a large portion of the game with very few. There are also quests to gain money, experience and SP. Finally, there are private actions. This action, when activated, separates you from your group and allows you to talk to party members individually. Private actions help you to get to know each character. As I said near the top of the review, the running animation combined with camera shaking causes a feeling of motion sickness, and when talking about combat I pointed out the issues with the camera and overuse of effects. But are there any other issues? Well, there's poor lip syncing, and the game's fast travel isn't unlocked until very late in the game. Now, before I offer my conclusion, let's talk about the audio and graphics. Audio-wise, the game offers some impressive orchestral music that helps improve moments of tension or relaxation, and graphically the character models look amazing. So, in conclusion, Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness feels rather bland. The story isn't told well, and the combat is a mess of particle effects. The game's redeeming features are its protagonists, graphics, and audio. So with that said, I give Star Ocean, Integrity and Faithlessness a score of 5 out of 10, with the game's pros being interesting protagonists and impressive graphics and audio. The game's cons are the story is poorly told, combat is a visual mess, running animation looks horrible, and the camera likes to wander. Thank you for watching. Please like, favourite and subscribe. For more gaming information, please visit sggaminginfo.com. And don't forget to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/sggaminginfo and follow us on Twitter at sggaminginfo.